afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 1 versus 1 on some Musky Winter. Between the south, we got Shahin fighting here for the United States of America for the 8th Infantry Division, which is sort of higher ranked-ish, versus Isuck fighting here for the Wehrmacht Deutschland and the 9th Panzer Division from Holland, I believe, or the Netherlands. He's Dutch, anyways. Here with Lightning War, Mechanized Assault, Mobile Defense versus Shahin, who's gone straight for Armour Company. We got infantry bulletins on both sides, with rifle start there for Shahin versus MD-42 Grenadiers. Both sides pretty much going for the standard stuff there. Both sides, though, also heading for the village, it seems. The village in the center. Pioneers there leading the way for the Wehrmacht, and again, both sides reasonably higher ranked. Don't got the specifics, but you know, we're talking in the higher hundreds. I think, anyways. We have some rifle moving about there. Points being secured. MD-42 there following up. More rifle driving again. Both seem to be focusing at might in fact be aiming here for the eastern fuel point, meaning basically the entire west side of the map is completely ignored. And again, it's the Wehrmacht. This always tends to be much more risky sort of move because it's a lot easier for an allied player to block the house and thus the fuel point to you. And thusly, you tend to quickly fall behind your opponent if you do that. Whereas again, if you go for here, it's a lot harder for your opponent just to pin you down and stop you there from getting the fuel point. So, in my experience, this tends to be a lot safer for the Wehrmacht. If you're north, even if you're south, it tends to be a lot safer than going for the east. Just a quick note there. Here's the versus Pioneers. Got Grenadiers bring up the MD-40 on the rifle, quick suppress them. We got more Grenadiers on the way for Isuck, more rifle for Shahin. And the 8th Infantry Grenadiers are vaulting over as well to avoid most fire here, but we get rifle flanking. They have to quickly get back over the wall again. That's lucky there for the Germans. Grenadiers heading westwards now. So looks like he's realised this is not quite working out for him. Or the Wehrmacht being stalled down here by Americans. Keep shooting, Carl. Keep shooting. MD-42 should be thwarted to help and assist to deal with the Yankees there. Grenadiers, Pioneers falling back further. Realised again perhaps that here is not German-friendly territory. Third Royal Squad there running for Shahin. Will you go for any early assault units then? I mean, a few flamethrowers and demo charges could definitely give Isuck quite a headache here in the center of the map. Pioneers holding up, denying the house base. The rifle trying to cross into the cemetery, but they get caught out by the MD-40 before they get to cover. There we go. Might get suppressed here, but no. Looks like they made it into heavy cover right before the MD-40 was able to reload. Sort of far away there. Grenadiers firing at the church with the reactions inside of it. Rifle taking losses though still. They are getting blasted out by the MD-40. Reasonably close range. Up here we got rifle moving up the west edge. The Grenadiers moving up there as well. We got a sniper here for Isuck to try and bleed out Shahin. And no attempted flanking though. Rifle just basically having a nice time here as the others are getting shot to bits. Less sharp. Actually, the riflemen being dispatched here from the west towards the centre now to help hold up the Germans there. Sniper almost done, and we see the MD-4 tractor falling back. Isuck realising that perhaps this is not going to work out too well for him unless he just gets to scheiße out of there. Bit of fighting there, bit of fighting here. M1 Garand was a Kar-90 case and MP40s. Sniper setting out there. We got take up here for Isuck. Lighterish tier 1 there, light to medium tier 1 there versus the Americans. Tier 1, which is sort of pretty standard, 3 rifle and mortar. Again, most American players tend to go for this, since it's pretty damn effective if you know what you're doing, and your opponent certainly does not. I mean, in that case, you really got in mind. But there goes snipering up and creeping against the rifleman, and there go gets a kill. Most American players do tend to hate the snipers. The sniper for a lot of players tend to be rather difficult to deal with, in particular if they don't go for the lieutenant and the M20, in which case the sniper can be pretty tricky to deal with, and the sniper tends to have a decent impact on the Americans. Grenadiers there, slightly too far ahead there. Forgot that the cover point doesn't actually quite apply there, so you can't just set up like that. Take up done there, need to get the light mechanized company as soon as possible there. Sniper being fall back, so we got the rifleman trying to sort of hunt him down. God damn, did anyone see that sniper? Hey, you over there, are you a sniper? 9. I'm just an onion salesman. Yeah, if you excuse me, I have some onions to sell elsewhere. What a nice guy. Yeah, him and his rifle. Hey, hang on, get him! MD-4 trying to fire there from the mortar. Not entirely sure we've set it up there. Mortar fire raining down here as well. Grenadiers holding up, need to fall back into cover. Grenadiers sitting out there, like to make a nice company going up for Isuck. For the Americans, it is the lieutenant, so that'll probably mean a M20 or just liking to go for the Lieutenant again. I'm seeing slowly more and more American players moving up to Lieutenant. Perhaps they're just sort of tired of Captain Stewart, or perhaps again more and more players trying to counter it, in which case, going for the Lieutenant does offer more options rather than just getting, hard countered by the Krauts. These two falling back, and Grenadiers going up here for the fuel point, trying to perhaps isolate Shahin here in the centre, sort of play around the maps, corners. That could work out here. Sniper supporting the Grenadiers' western push here. Like to make a nice company done with Pioneers here with Flammenwerfers. Be careful with that Flammenwerfer, Ludwig. You don't much like someone on fire who isn't, American. Rifle heading eastwards, Lieutenant out, 2-2 on the way there for Isuck. Or whatever. Guess he's got a lot of confidence in their skills, or he's being really, really sarcastic. In that case, he's really arrogant. Troops destiny about here. Mortifier definitely causing problems here for Isuck here in the eastern side of the map. He has the 9th Panzer to trying to slowly bring up more equipment, more men. 2-2 arriving there. In the west, Grenadiers continue to push forward here. Could catch the Russians then a bit of a nasty spot. Sniper holding very far back there. Just perhaps trying to bleed out the Americans to the advance. And there we go. Pioneers getting ready to strike towards the centre. Just that push back by the Grenadiers. Carl left behind, quite dead. And there go Pioneers moving up. Rather quick to evacuate the church as they see the flamethrower, realising they're going to get toasted inside of there. MG42 moving up support, 2-2 moving in as well. As for Shahin, we're not seeing an M20 here as of yet. He's a bit slow fuel-wise though. The Rashman there from Isuck can't do his work, but he can go for the M20 now if he wants to, by the way. He could also go for a 50 caliber, which could work out nicely versus some of Isuck's troops. Give a bit of map control. Well, in theory, he could aim for the A half-tank. The thing is, the A half-tank isn't that good at catching snipers. Versus the M20 actually gets a big accuracy bonus versus snipers. Little fun fact there. 2-2s, by the way, get the same one. 2-2 moving up, you're going to try and flank the rifle. There you go. Auto cannon and coaxial machine gun fire. There gets rifle Pioneers inside the church. They're burning away the riflemen. Shahin's forces push back. Their 8th infantry circling. We got more riflemen now for Shahin. Actually, interesting to go for 4 riflemen now. Also, weapon racks. Probably going to be some bazookas. But still, I would have figured, 50 calibers or M20s or something like that. No, that so far. Isuck here securing the centre of the village. So they're losing control of the western fuel point. 2-2 moving up. Looks like the sniper assault's on the prowl there. Bunker up for Isuck. That's going to be a medic bunker there. They're getting blasted. In theory, could also put down a command bunker in the centre of the village, but at the same time, with the mortar out on from the Americans, the mortar, if not positioned correctly, could easily be countered there by Shahin. So that is a possibility there. Pioneers to be careful of the riflemen. Here, Rifleman Lieutenant push back with Grenadiers 2-2 and Sniper combined. Interesting to note, though, he's gone for the like to make an... Oh, there he goes, finally going for something. He's going for a Pack 40. Having seen the Lieutenant, though, he's clearly worried about something. I'm guessing he's worried about the potential of an AA half-track there to deal with his men and his vehicles, which is certainly a possibility. Shahin has yet to reveal his hands in terms of what doctrine he's chosen. Isuck has yet to choose a doctrine at all. I mean, he could go for lightning one. I mean, that would help a bit with the Grenadiers if he's really worried about, Puma, Stuarts and likes. He could go for mobile defense, calling a Puma. I suppose lightning also seems like the most possible candidate here. Would certainly work the best to an extent. And there you go. We got USF of the doctrine. Is assault units out there for Shahin. Flamethrowers out to toast those Krauts. Rather than getting blasted out in the open, push back here by the 2-2 and the Grenadiers. Riesner's thinking about. MG42 moving down there, and Grenadiers holding up there. Noting no upgrades for the Grenadiers as of yet. No lightest Maschinengewehren or G43s, no nothing. 2-2 opening up in the church. A half-track slowly making its way there for Shahin and the 8th Infantry. Rifleman Lieutenant moving up the west side. Noting, by the way, the Lieutenant has not been fully reinforced. He's sort of been a bit forgotten there. Sniper there getting off some kills. And moving here on the eastern side, so just the re-echelons, they're going to be quickly dispatched here by Isuck, though Isuck is slowly losing control here. He's not trying to fix on pushing into the eastern side of the map there, and west side, he's not defending either. He feels like he's getting a bit too much focus on the centre here at the moment, which Shahin then could sort of nicely exploit if he sort of realises it. No flamethrowers, there's going to lay down mines with them, which can also work out quite nicely. It's going to get much harder to, well, Isuck to move about. Grenadiers forced retreat, and the mortar fire rather convinces him it's time to get the hell out of there. Going for the southeastern fuel point, named MD42 following up, Sniper operating as well in the area. As for Shahin, you got nothing further going on there. He cancelled the weapon rack, actually. That's interesting to note. A half-tech out over there with a 30mm gun and 2 50-caliber machine guns. There's a bit of a curious design there from the Americans. Something with a few bigger guns than the, well, AA mount there, the Quad AA, which they obviously also used. I do believe there might have been some AA tank involved at some point, but I'm less sure about that one. Overall, the Americans never really needed that much anti-aircraft guns, seeing, you know, as the Luftwaffe wasn't really that strong at that point, so they didn't have a lot in that department, or at least didn't bring so much over of it. Rather than the snipers, Pioneers are getting wiped out here, a lot of rearsuns, a lot of riflemen, a lot of guns. MG4 trolling up there. If he pops into any other pistol rounds, he can quickly put an end there to the AA half track. The mortar, on the other hand, can make quick an end there to the MG42 if he's not careful. Ambulance away there for Shahin and the 8th Infantry Division for Isuck. We got Panzergrenadiere, Germany's finest hardened men of the Eastern Front, or possibly Western Front, or North Africa, or Italy. Oh, a lot of fronts as the war went on. And sending the on-page round against reaction to take them out of the house. Not bad, not bad. Panzergrenadiere advancing, got the air half-tech laying up. Oh, he's going to attack it head on though. That's pretty ambitious. Remember that thing can do a lot of damage very quickly to a light vehicle. There we go. He's taking it all. He's trying to get the MG42, but it's not quite like he's pinned it down. But problem is, pinning down doesn't make an effect. And there we go, knocked out. I think that was rather ambitious there by Shahin. Rather ambitious, and it did not work out. Pack 40 being hunted down by Lieutenant Rifleman. Grenadiers trying to corrupt the retreat path in the center. We got Bun Grenadier for the Grenadiers, or Panzergrenadiers, wiping out the Rifleman. Almost got wiped there by mortar in return. There was definitely some harder hits there to Shahin. A half-tank and a rifle squad annihilated here by the Germans. 2 needed some repairs as well. Map control-wise, though, Shahin is very much still in control here against Isuck. Finally got some flamethrowers there on the way for the assault engineers.
Capture point is under attack.
Check up done there for Isuck. Could get up a support armor corps. Get out some Panzers. An Ostwind or a Stug. Still not great for the Grenadiers though. No light machine guns. No G43s there for Isuck whatsoever. No upgrades in that department. Mortar there just keeps blasting away. It's the Americans. Rifleman setting out. And here healing reinforcement going on as well for Isuck and the 9th Panzer Division for Shahin. Medic ambulance out there we go. He's actually going for another air half track. That's actually pretty rare. Most players tend never to, you know, go for more than one light vehicle at all. So to see, you know, double air half track there from Shahin is a bit of surprise there. A bit of surprise. I suspect Isuck might also be a bit surprised. Though probably not as much as Shahin's going to be surprised if he gets hit by a tank. In that regard, he does have a slight issue there in terms of force composition. He's very much lacking in elements that can actually, you know, deal with tanks. He's got no bazookas, no anti-tank guns. I mean, obviously, he has gone for armor, so he can deploy, you know, M10 Wolverines. And in fact, that might be what he's planning. And in that case, that kind of feels a bit cheesy. As they're getting blasted by the 2-2 sniper falling back. Panzer's MD42 supporting here in the south. Almost 53 in the M42. Lieutenant pushing through here across and into the house there. MD42 is actually pretty bad position. It could actually risk getting wiped here, but in this case though, a bun grenade very much convincing the lieutenant to get the hell out of there. In fact, he's going to have to get completely out of there before he gets wiped here. Grenadiers versus Rifle in the south here. Overall though, Shahin still's got map control there versus Isuck at the moment. We got the air half-tech going up there, pressing further. The Germans, Panzer's moving from the north, setting up there, and we got the double 50 covers firing out. The Panzer Grenadiers suppressing them, and soon the third time the gun firing up, and will make things worse for them. Quickly maneuvering about. MD42 sitting up here in the corner house, and up there in the German base, the support armor corps is done for Isuck and the 9th Panzer Division. Here, fuel point resecured and recaptured by the Americans, trying to build up a lot more fuel over Isuck. Whereas again, I think overall two folks in the center, he needs to, you know, try and put more effort into the rest of the map as well. Also noting demo charge there for Shahin. So we're going to give Isuck a bit of an explosive surprise. So that is nice to see. 2-2 halfway to 53, pack 40 setting up. Healing reinforcement going on here. Grenadiers pulling back. We still haven't seen any upgrade for the Grenadiers. There's been no light machine guns, anything. You'd figure you'd go for that. Of course, at the same time, Shahin is also a bit surprising in the fact that only first now he's going for weapon racks. I mean, at least they had BARs and bazookas out much sooner, which could have pressured, I think, Isuck a lot more. Other way, weapons are plenty available to the Americans. MG42 under fire there. Points are being grabbed by the assault engineers. Back here, healing reinforcement going on. 22 fixed up. Pack 40 waiting here, hiding. Actually a pretty bad position since there's, well, nothing screening it, meaning theory if infantry catches off guard, it's dead. I mean, it's going to have a very hard time getting out of there. So that is not really a good position there by Isuck, to be honest. You got bazookas in the rearsuns. That tends to be a very common tactic. Just use the rearsuns and the tank teams. Throw BARs on the riflemen. It tends to be sort of very straightforward sort of thing. There's some players then like to mix it up with BARs and bazookas. That also works. But there you go. He's going to lose the air half tech here. Shahin. Rather used, I think, a bit more like an armoured car than it's supposed to. Rather than your support vehicle, which is rather what it works better as. But in this case, he did not get punished there for it. And did not lose the air half tech. So a bit lucky there for Shahin. But, you know, he can't keep up with that, otherwise he does risk losing it pretty quickly, like he lost the first one. We got a big push here, though. Lieutenant Rifleman rearsuns with bazookas. And he has not upgraded by looks with the Lieutenant with a double BAR. Further sweeping up here. Could actually flank and catch the sniper here. There you go, opening up with the Thompsons and BAR. Sniper needs to fall back. Rifleman putting... Not really trying to push forward. Here we go. Pioneers pulling back. And it is. There you go, finding up with like machine guns. It's 10 up close here. Taking a lot of damage there. Need to push up with the rest of the troops, get the rearsuns up here. Grenadiers taking losses, forced back, leaving their men to die in the ditches. Up north here, we got fighting for the northern field point. There's assault versus Grenadiers up close. And we got Panzer Grenadier more and a Panzer on the way there for Isuck, where Shahin is slowly getting close towards the M10 tank destroyer, the Wolverine. Pack 40 in a lot of trouble, getting shot in negative cover. That's not going to last long. Got more rifle pushing up here. The assault engineers have been pushed back from the fuel point, but they have survived the fight. Pack 40 there is going to get wiped. He could try and steal that, though he's going to need a smoke grenade for it, and he doesn't have grenade research, so that's not going to happen. MG42, veteran free, stops the American advance. But with this, Shahin has basically secured the village. On the western side, it's now being slowly secured by the German army. Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers, a half-tank moving up, fully repaired, with the Panzer IV almost done for Isuck and the 9th Panzer Division. Which is a fun fact, actually for normally just doesn't really get mentioned a lot. Focus tends to generally be on the Panzer Lehr and the 1st and the 2nd SS Panzer Divisions and the 12th. Generally the other units which fought there, less sort of, you know, talking about. More pioneers on the way here for Isuck since he lost some, it seems. Panzer IV the rolling head, no pin about machine gun, though that would be handy. Also, as a fun fact about those, they were generally sort of meant for defense against aircraft for the most part. Of course, they could be used against infantry, though that did require for someone to expose themselves to enemy infantry, so probably didn't see so much use in that way. And the ones that were meant for it were actually, you know, put on the Stubs or Hetzers, because they, you know, either had gun shields or, you know, could be remotely controlled. Almost got the reactions there, white bit bad there for Shahin, and Annihilate lost his bazooka team. We got an M10 Wolverine out here for Shahin, though, a tank destroyer rolling out for freedom and democracy. Sent in from a tank destroyer battalion to support here, which is basically where tank destroyers were organised, tank destroyer battalions. The fun fact is, by the time of the Ardennes, the Americans had basically sort of dropped half of the tank destroyer battalions from being mobile and just replaced them with towed anti-tank guns, because they were, you know, thought, you know, people were just using like tanks, so they weren't supposed to have them anyways, those ungrateful bastards. If they don't use them properly, they can't have them, basically. And then, of course, they got steamrolled, you know, during the Battle of the Bulge, with the exception, of course, the ones that were mobile and, you know, self-propelled. Little fun fact there. Sometimes people get strange ideas. Up here, this was Rifleman, light machine gun, there was the lieutenant there, should work out. Two moving support should certainly also aid him. He's got the veteran 3MD42 covering him. I mean, that's pretty much just a kill zone there for the lieutenant. I don't think that's going to make it back alive there. Panzer on the centre with Pioneer support rifle trying to sneak about here. A half-tank hanging about there, and the M10 is moving towards the east, rolling through the terrain. And the lieutenant did get wiped out. Bit of a loss there for Shahin, who's actually suffered quite some losses here by now. Going on a hunt there, though, with his 3-inch gun.
M10 tank destroyer ready.
He calling another one. They could also call in a Boulder ship. It does call in another M10 here. So there's 2 tank destroyers out here for Shahin. In the centre, Riflemen versus Pioneers. We also got mortar fire raining down the German positions. Panzer IV just hanging back, though now with a Pintermac machine gun. Riflemen getting sniped. So there is now sort of having better map control here versus Shahin. The Panzer IV there is helping, but also just getting some wipes on Shahin is doing a lot. It's sort of losing Shahin's iron grip on the map. I still think he's a bit too focused around here, though he's shifting more towards the east as well. We got another M10 moving up. He's just getting ready to follow full frontal push, which is not really what the M10 excels at. It's a tank destroyer, not so much a tank. And there you go. You got lucky here that the pack missed. Oh, it's got the damage engine in front of the pack 40. And there you go. Panther 4 gets hit as well. Other M10 blocks for the first one. That was definitely pretty poorly handled there by Shahin. He got punished for that one. Pretty hard there. That was definitely a rather insensible tactical maneuver. Again, he might have hoped to flank. The problem is, he had no idea what was there, which means, you know, it tends to be a lot more risky. And then sort of, you know, combine that when he just realised once he came under pack fire, he just disengaged. Central victory point secured. Western fuel pump is secured. We got Panzer and his Pioneers moving about here. And Panzer and his moving towards the centre. Close to 52. There we go, gaining it. Rather than getting shrouded here in the centre with the Sturmgewehrs. And we got another M10 out quick to replace the one he's lost. I mean, he's just also then just spent all of the fuel he's built up throughout the match here by only relying on the platoon command and just sort of chucked it out of the window. So he needs to be a bit more careful now. You can't really afford, you know, more M10 losses like that, because otherwise Isuck will just build up a huge Panzer IV and crush him. Of course, he can soon go for another Panzer IV. Air half to engage. We got a flamethrower drop. Looks like the assault units bit the dust as well in service of freedom and democracy.
We're losing a capture point.
And the Panzer Grenadiers got themselves a flamethrower. Ha! Look at this, Jürgen. I'm a pioneer. I'm going to burn some stuff. And pioneers generally were the flamethrower troops in the German army. Fun fact. M10's running about there. He seems very intent on trying to break through here instead of trying to attack from other angles. That's generally one of the sort of dangers you have to be watchful of. You don't just get upset with attacking through one sort of specific spot, even if it's sort of a flank route. If it stops being the flank, it stops being a flanking maneuver. Then you're just, you know, charging in to the enemy in a different manner. Mortar closing in on veteran free and vastly increased range. That's going to be a problem there for Isuck if it happens. M10 moving westwards. Also, the fun fact it was based on the Sherman chassis. In fact, most of the tank destroyers they had were based on something else, with the exception of the M18 Hellcat, which actually got its own chassis to sort of utilise sort of uniquely. We get a fuel cache up here for Isuck. Got the air after trying to catch a sniper there again. Not so great at that. Down here, MD4 205 from the mortar. Panzer IV moving westwards. Noting also, well, we've got double fuel caches for Isuck, so at this point, I'd certainly suspect he's playing for, you know, Tier 4 and Panthers. I mean, he could also just be planning for a Tiger, but either way, he's probably planning for some bigger tanks, and lastly, with 2 fuel caches, he can sort of help offset the map control issue, but also just give him a lot more fuel, and that way, you know, aim towards the bigger tanks more easily. So that's not a bad idea at all. That is actually not a bad idea, and that's actually pretty sharp. I mean, I wish more players who, you know, want to go for the big stuff, but then actually build fuel caches to properly support it. As it does do them a lot of favours, it makes it a lot harder for them to harass and thus, you know, remove the steam off their heavy panzer push. So sharp move there. M10 going to now strike through the centres. Don't need to be careful about that. Fun fact, the British utilise their tank destroyers, including the M10s they got from the Americans, as sort of more mobile anti-tank guns. Basically just moved out and then began shooting. Little fun fact there. Panther IV going after the M10. Need to be careful, mortifying the Pioneers. M10 rolls back. 3-inch gun fires, and we got heavy artillery called in on the 7-10 position, forcing Isuck to abandon here the centre of the map for a bit. Up north there, half-tech versus Panzer Grenadiers with Panzerschrecks. Coming under heavy fire, they're getting suppressed and possibly soon pinned. Panzerschrecks is the air half-tech, but hit the M10 behind it. He's moving in, he's trying to crush. Pretty risky there, pretty risky. And there you go, man successfully pushed them away. Damn close though. Pioneers by the fuel cache need to get back. Still no sign of tech up, which could indicate he's more likely, at least initially, playing for the Tiger tank. In the south, Rifleman pushing forward there with a Browning automatic rifle in their hand. The M10 further back here. Also, another fun fact about the M10, the Russians actually received a bunch of them, which they also use as tank destroyers. Don't know less about it there, and I actually don't know what their impressions of it were, but they did actually get a bunch. So that's another little fun detail there. M10 almost done. The south here, point grab by Rifleman. Tiger tank there available, so he's in fact going for lightning warp. But again, if you sort of consider, he could easily have out much sooner, had G43s that much sooner, actually made use of the doctrine overrule much sooner versus Shahin, possibly had a bit more of an effect on the battlefield, but go figure. You're also noting longer matches, so no mid-game analysis. There's going to be a Tiger on the way here, fire started then, in which case you'd go for it, well, now, and there we go. Tiger is up, pin bump machine gun on the way there, fared. Firepower rifle flanking against MD42. He lost his virtually free MD42. That was definitely not good there by Isuck. Position in a pretty awkward position. With again no screen or no coverage at all. Rifleman versus Grenadiers. Light machine guns versus BARs. Tiger rolling ahead there. Fun fact about the Tiger. While it could actually turn on the spot 360 degrees in about a second, it took a lot longer time to actually turn its turret, which is probably one amongst other parts. It was important it could turn, the tank itself fast. So a little fun fact there. Little fun fact. Behind the Grenadiers, Rifleman engaged by the Tiger and its 88mm gun, shooting them to bits. M10's hanging about there. Is he then planning on taking up, or what is he doing? We've got a third M10 there for Shahin. Obviously responded to the Tiger tank. He's going to need numbers to sort of deal with that one swiftly without suffering too many casualties. More to creeping about here. Troops healing and reinforcing. MG42 there now in his possessions. M10 standing about, still no M10 moving up there. He's basically not had a chance to set off the demo charge with him, his men. Aircraft coming up, that's going to hit into the Panzerjägers. That could be a bit more risky since he's attacking into them rather than vice versa. Almost got it there. And there you go. He's quick to pull out the aircraft because he realises he's in a pretty bad spot. The Panzer is there versus attacking. What? He's upgrading with G43s? That's pretty damn rare. Most players don't upgrade their Panzer Grenadiers with G43s, but Isuck has actually done it. M10 versus Panzer 4s. M10 blitzes away. Tiger covers up there with its 88mm gun. Rifle flanking against the Panzer, taking fire there from the flamethrower and, G43s. M10 cooked up by the Tiger's 88mm gun. Pierced and exploded. Panzer almost getting wiped. Needs retreat. And wiped here. He actually went for double mortars. Increasing the overall amount of artillery can bring to bear versus Isuck, and double mortars is a very nasty thing to deal with, and it's very likely to wipe units before it can react. So that is pretty nasty there, and that's definitely going to hurt Isuck. So if you're going to upgrade your any Panzer gunners, you should be probably the ones with the Panzer sections. I think it actually helps a bit more that way. But oh well. Panzer 4 being fixed up slowly but surely. And he is in fact planning tier 4 here. I mean, a Tiger supported by Panther, I think, could lock down Shahin's M10 spam pretty solidly, to be honest. They also got Veteran 20 opening up for HVAP rounds. High velocity armor piercing shells, for which a fun detail is they didn't actually have enough of them to go around for everybody, so they actually prioritised to the tank destroyer units only. Little fun detail there about them. Which means that the Pershing having such an ability is actually inaccurate. Now fire there on the Rifleman. Killing them out, bleeding them out. Almost down there with the tech. In the west, the Panzerjägers could be about there carefully. Rather than push back, and there you go, the M10 sent about it. But again, with no real reconnaissance, no screen, no nothing. Just charging them in there, not knowing what could be waiting. At the same time, the time engaging here, the Rifleman, bazooka fire.
The capture point is under attack.
The attempts to enter tank Rifleman fails to pierce the thick hide of the Tiger. Pioneers push back here, threatened to be crushed. No tech up there for Shahin. He's just relying solely on platoon command and armored doctrine.
Enemy forces have 300 points.
Basically just spamming the M10s, whereas Isuck's actually relying on tech. And it's now again taking for tier 4, which can then mean a heavy Panzer Corps and then a Panther, in which case against Shahin's M10 spam I think is going to struggle quite a bit. The fuel caches, by the way, still standing fat. They're now getting 42 fuel per minute. I mean, that's really a huge advantage there for Isuck. That's a huge advantage. He's just blitzing ahead of Shahin there in terms of fuel and could thus actually pretty rapidly go for a Panther up. Here we got the Panthers moving up against the half check. Oh, he's going to try and bait them in there.
A capture point is being overrun.
Bit more. Almost wiped them. And a Panther strike drop. That's definitely something that Shahin could utilise and then turn against Isuck and the 9th Panzer Division. In the south here, Panther 4 slowly edges ahead, trying to get to perhaps that fuel point, perhaps not. Smoke screens also, it's actually now resets grenades here, Mr. Shahin, and he's laying down a lot of smoke screens against the Tiger, making it hard for it to spot it, and in fact disabling it, because the crew is blinded. Ah, scheisse, too much smoke! What have you done to deserve this, Jürgen? More M10s there for Shahin. Tiger pulling back there. Actually, a fun fact is the Tiger crews would, when attacking, and they were sort of attacking across a hill, they would actually fire flare rounds across right before the sort of top came over the hill to blind enemy tank crews or anything like on the other side of it. There's a little neat trick they pulled off there. They had some neat tricks there, those heavy tank crews. M10's rolling across here, heading to the flank again. We got a full assault here, going to hit the Panther 4. Pack 4 of those covering again. The lack of reconnaissance here is not, making this a brilliant thing. And again, he's rather doing it repeatedly. It's not like, say he's attacking from here, then attacking from there, in which case it will be a lot more effective. Again, he keeps attacking from just one angle with them to an extent. And he's also a bit too obvious about it, I think. But there you go, Panther 4 gains. Shutting up there. Panzerwerfer, that's not what I expected there. Not what I'd recommend for all those M10s out there, to be honest. But Panzerwerfer it is then, I guess. Fight for the western fuel point against Sniper, they're close to Veteran 3. Heavy Panzer Corps done, troops healing, reinforcing.
Crowds are sniffing around our asses. Tactical point.
And mortar crew down to 5 from the Tiger.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
Going slightly further ahead. Almost got the mortar crew. Pioneers almost getting wiped there by the enemy mortar. Panzerwerfer almost done there for Isuck. There we go. Panzerwerfer out.
Points are down to 300.
Another M10 flank. He's trying, do it a bit deeper this time around. Also, the Pack 40 seems to pull back, but he doesn't actually know this, I think, because again, there's not really any reconnaissance from Shahin. There's just this, stick to your guts, men. Pattern approach, I suppose. Looking forward to being caught up by the Panther 4 on the 222. Also, by sticking so close to the point for so long, he's pretty much telegraphing to Isuck what's going to happen and what's going to come there. So it's less great there, but he's nonetheless going in there. Getting the Panther 4, but again we got the Pack 40. He's going to have to break off the assault again. He's going to lose at least one M10. So yeah, almost got the Panther 4 there, but the Panther 4 does escape here. Veteran 2 there, using the HMAP rounds for a bit of effect. Almost got the Panther 4. Heat round there, stands up the M10 crew. Need to pull it back. He might actually lose 2 M10s here. It's not moving yet. Too late. Tiger takes out the second one. So that's 2 M10s down there for no real gain. Again, just attacking with tank destroyers and positions isn't really that great. You need infantry support, amongst other things, to spread out their fire. But also in this case, hunt down the Pack 40 and deal with it. Though in this case, that means he's now exposed to center, in which case he could perhaps rush the Pack 40 and deal with it. But again, now he's only got 1 M10 to sort of really push through with. Snipers running 2-2 there. We got the Tiger moving up. Panther 4 nearby. He's only got a full retreat there from Shahin, as of course he's got no anti-tank support now because the M10 is all the way down here being fixed up, scrubbing off the blood and so on. God damn it, Carl. Why do you have to bleed so much? Sorry. Don't you sorry me. Don't you try and pass out on me again. So more M10s there for Shahin. Rather than there's the fuel cache, Panther 4 being fixed up. Panzergrenadiers sniper there standing about. Tiger rolling a bit about. They're closing in on Veteran 2-1. M10 sending back to base. Well, he looks like he's finally going to try and attack it from another angle. Of course, the question is, can he A, do proper reconnaissance, and B, not telegraph he's flanking so hard next time? Otherwise, it's not quite going to matter as much. Air half coming in from the west here. Panzer IV being fixed up with its Schutzen. He's at full pop cap though, but at the same time that means he can more safely just go for, say, up for the Panther. So if it comes down to it, he can just quickly call it in. MD-42, another one for Isuck, under fire there from the M10, and engaged by the other MD-42. Up here, though, rapidly engaged by the Panther IV. Air half has to pull back, damaging on the Panther IV, the bazooka fire, and anti-tank rifle grenades. Interesting enough, he hasn't gone for the enemy Panther strike there. Panther IV could actually be lost now. He might actually be able to get one there. There's no support nearby. This is actually a bit of a blunder by Isuck. And one thing you have to be careful of when you know your opponent's intent to actually send out your tanks on their own, because it just makes them vulnerable to prowling packs of Wolverines. And that's basically what's happening. They lost the MD-42 down south there. I think, was it the mortar? Otherwise, something's lost. He didn't get the M10 though, or the Panzer IV. He didn't get it. What's more, the Panzer IV lives to tell the tale for another day. Air half to front, the Panzer going to suppress them. He could perhaps rush in the other M10. He could try and use flanking speed there to rush in, but at this point, the Panzer IV might just make it out of there. In the centre, the 2-2 rushes forward into the MD-42. Instead, the armor pistol rounds there might help out a bit. Or bazooka echelons. Getting some good hits in there. Isuck, though I do feel could stand a bit more aggressive. Again, it's a bit more tricky again with roaming packs of M10, since again one wrong move and those things could easily knock you up. In this case, again, did try to push out in the north, and well, the punishment is pretty clear. M10 moves in, shoots, and knocks out the Panzer IV, brewing it up. Could even knock out the fuel catch, but in this case, he decides not to stick around for too long, not wishing to risk any problems there from Isuck, who could actually then try and go for the Panther, but he's actually going for Panzergrenadiers now. I'm guessing he's planning more Panther strikes versus all these M10s, so that's a bit risky. I mean, if he gets caught by, you know, a pack of those, they can quickly crash the Panzerjägers. The target there, close to 51 again here, the MD-42. Panzerjägers heading towards the fuel point there again. Shahin very quick to recapture territory there from Isuck. MD-42 the wipe by the Tiger, and it's 88 on the gun. Mortar not having much of an impact there. Yes, need to retreat. We've got the Panzerjägers moving in, and all the riflemen over here. Though they could try and sort of bait the Panzergrenadiers into the rifle there, though. Interesting to note, these have not been upgraded with additional BARs, which would otherwise help Shahin's rifle out quite a bit. Panzer's getting shot to bits, and the BAR fight quickly taking its toll. There we go. Almost right, but there you go. We got Panzerwerfer fire. Still a bit surprised at the choice of Panzerwerfer, but go figure. Up here, M10 versus the Panther, or the Tiger. Panzerjägers nearby. Could try and steal back the MD-42.
A capture point.
Quick attack here on the mortar crew, which was unscreened and unguarded. M10 is just rolling about. He's up to 3 M10s again. And we got fresh assault engineers out here for Shahin.
Germans are making a push.
Curious as to what he's planning with those assault engineers here. Got grenade off there. Quite the range, by the way. Gets a kill there. Tiger moves up Veteran 2-1. M10's rolling in now. Good here, try and hit the Tiger from the rear. Of course, there's still Panzerjägers nearby. And of course, there's a Pack 48 to support. But nonetheless, the Tiger's a bit isolated there. M10's going in. Almost got the Tiger there. We even got 8 rounds out from the M10 to increase the lethality there. Almost got it. We got Veteran 3 there. Veteran 3. Oh dear. Got it. Target weak point on one, so that M10's down, but he got the Tiger. That's actually a bit of a loss there for him. Though he needs to be careful. He's got to get Panzerfausted. Schnell, Otto, catch it! Scheiße! You almost got it, Otto, almost. Don't beat yourself over it. The sergeant will beat you up over it later. And there we go, crashing a poor grenadier, possibly even Otto there against the house. Allowing the other M10 to get away there. Assault is moving down to assist there. Needs to get the other M10. Oh, his attempt to save the other one has now resulted in him losing another M10. I don't think that's going to quite work out there. And there we go, Isuck just quickly going for a Panther. M10 number 2 down. He suffered a lot of losses there. But he got the Tiger. Though, of course, the question is a Tiger tank worth 2, almost 3 M10s? In fact, the Panzerjägers could move down and knock out the third one, in which case it will have lost 3 M10s for 1 Tiger. Fuel-wise, the M10s actually end up being slightly more expensive. There we go, M10 in trouble. No infantry support moving in there, by the way. Bit of a mistake, and there you go. Quick sprint. He actually uses his tactical move to quickly just move back and forth just to get up some more hits there on the M10 with his rockets. And there you go, kaput. In the centre, MG4 holding got a rifle assault there in the north. Fuel point being secured here by the Pioneers. Panther almost down there for Isuck. And there you go. Panzer Kampfwagen 5, Panzer out there for Germany. More losses there for Shahin. Panther getting the Pintlemat machine gun.
M10 ready for action.
Another M10 for Shahin. At this point, I'm pretty sure at least empty out 1 platoon of tank destroyers in the fight against Isuck and the Panther Division. 9th Panzer here. Panther versus the assault engineers up north here. We've got Pioneers versus the air half track. Veteran 2, by the way. Certainly doing some extra damage there. A little more mobile here. Assault engineers versus the Panzer Grenadiers moving up close here. Gunning them down with their grease guns. One grenade off. And they walk straight into it. Although killing poor Ludwig in the process. Well, there you go. Wipes the last bastard thanks to the sniper. So another loss there for Shahin. He needs to be careful for that. Needs to be careful. He's taking some pretty incredible risks at the time, I think. And in this case, he actually does something clever, which most of the players, American players, tend to neglect. But he actually switches crews out. So he puts the more experienced crews into the M10, meaning he immediately gets a veteran 3 M10 again. That's sharp. That's actually sharp there by Shahin. Good work. I mean, again, so many players just neglect this ability, which again, I suggest, use an otherwise experienced crew to maybe get another vehicle, more priority in terms of experience, and just get it up there where it's needed. So, good work there. Still no one's bothered with that Patrick, by the way. I hear that thing's been cursed by Hitler. Really? Maybe. And getting blasted though, Grenadiers lost hit to the mortar. Grabbing a point there. Bit bunched up though, but Isuck's got, he's got the Panzerwerfer actually. He's got no artillery, but then I remembered he's got a Panzerwerfer. He could actually punish him pretty severely for that. More sort of years out there, Panther patrolling about. They're not entirely sure what he's moving out. His Panther's quite isolated about like that. I mean, that is pretty risky against a player who does have a lot of M10s, or is known to get a lot of them. But he's not careful. That Panther could go down, but against supporting other units, it's going to be a lot more safer. So I'm not entirely sure what Isuck is doing with the Panther there. Panzer Grenadiers getting blasted. And Panzerwerfer unleashing a barrage that try and silence the enemy mortar. He did some damage, but he didn't get the kills. Rifle push water center catching a lot of Pioneers. We've got the sniper still supporting nearby. Panther just operating up in the north there again. I'm not entirely sure what it's something to do with the Panther there. Pioneers almost wanting about the riflemen. More riflemen arriving here. Almost got the Pioneers. We've got the sniper nearby with 45 kills. MD4 in the center coming against the Americans there. And the Panther's still just standing about there. We got artillery called in around the center against Isuck's positions there.
Tank destroyer ready.
Oh, wipe the MG42. Pretty bad news there for Isuck and the 9th Panzer Division. Assault moving up against the Pioneers. Veteran 3 versus Veteran 0. MP40s versus grease guns. Panther going after the air half. Check out Panzerjägers as well. He's going to lose it. He's going to lose it. Of course, doesn't know that Isuck's got a Panther, so he's going to get his first encounter with it here. If the Panther can hit. There you go. Knocked out the air half track in the south. The M10 moves about. Sniper Pioneer's being pushed back across the ice here. Pack 4 needs to turn about, but he's looking pretty risky here. Pack 40 getting hits there on the M10. Very nice work there. So he just continues to rain down here around the centre. And he quickly pulls away from the western side, knowing there's only just that one M10 versus a Panther clearly not feeling himself quite confident to pull that one off. Still reinforcing here. He's got mostly a lot of anti-tank. He's actually got surprisingly little anti-infantry now. That could, in theory, if Shahin realizes this, could, perhaps exploit this a bit. He doesn't seem to be interested in upgrading, his remaining riflemen there with additional BARs. 10 being fixed here. Still, no one's grabbed that Panzerschreck, and he's turning this tank store crew into an improvised anti-tank crew. Of course, the funny thing is with this is actually the Germans more commonly had their tank crews have to fight as infantry, because in many cases they were lacking tanks to, have them driving. So a little fun fact there. If, for example, happened doing Operation Market Garden in Arnhem, their tank crews, for example, fighting as infantry there, it happened many times on the Eastern Front as well.
The capture point is under attack.
Panzers have been attacked by assault engineers. Panther with Panzer for support and Grenadier support here. G43 freshly handed out. Rifle tank from large side. We got a big push here from Shahin on the eastern side with the infantry. No armoured support though. Panzer for the firing and volume return here. Pinning down some of the units there. 2 squads specifically. Panther moving in. Needs to be careful though. Don't expose the rear armour. Johnny with the bazooka there could cause some problems. If he fires it. Shot failed to penetrate the frontal armour though. Rifle getting shot there. Grenadiers flanking behind. In the centre, Grenadiers fighting there as well. We got the M10s over here in the west, and the Panzer Grenadiers did not pick it up. The Patrick, they could, in theory, pick it up here with the vehicle crew. Panther slowly advancing. They need infantry support here. There's the troops got pioneers moving up. And remember to face the tank properly. Grenadiers stand to fire from the American mortars. Assault is quick to fall back there as the riflemen try to cover up the retreat there a bit. He's going to need to retreat those as well before the Panther knocks them out. M10's rolling through here, shot at by the Grenadiers, going to try and crush them here. Quick to retreat there though, before they get squished, turn into pancakes, in which case G43s won't do them as much good. Grenadiers here next on the fire from the M10s, 3-inch gun blasting away. He actually doesn't try to crush them, allowing them to get Panther fausted. But he does escape there before the Pack 40 gets a good hit. More assault gears here for Shahin. I'm guessing he doesn't want to spend time training. He just wants the infantry out there to grab the points. That's probably why he just keeps calling them in there. But at the very least, they should upgrade them, with BARs or something, just so they can assist a bit more. Versus Isuck's forces here. Fight's certainly been dragging out here a bit. Isuck, I think, playing more defensively here and not really committing to any big moves, but at least he's sort of been slowly bringing them more across the map. He's slowly been bleeding out Shahin, and Shahin just been able to have map control. He just can't, finish off Shahin or Isuck, because then proceeds just to do some rather rudimentary attacks without anything to add it on to it. He's not laying down, say, smoke screen before the attack to minimize the incoming fire, as an example, or just try to attack them from other angles and just down here. I mean, he tends to be in that regard a bit predictable, and predictability is generally not an attacker's advantage. You're not suddenly going to get that moment there where your opponent's surprised. Good lord, he attacked for the 5th time down an angle. I mean, that's not going to happen. He'll probably go for another M10 here soon. Isuck's got plenty of resources. We can easily call in a Tiger if need be. Of course, another Panther if need be as well, once he loses the first one, or anything else really. We'll have to see how it works out. Victory points wise, they're pretty close to each other. Damage wise, close as well. Kills wise, though, Isuck's got the lead there. Oh, Shahin. I mean, Shahin against tactics have been rather predictable. And then again, he has been holding more territories, and that way, casualties will be following there. Mines being laid down here again. He's sort of trying to deal again with the more predictable tactics. In this case, he slightly predicted wrong. But still, Shahin is pretty much obvious. Panther up now in the M10. Penetrating hit there from 1. M10 misses. Pulls back. Panther goes in on the hunt. They need to be careful though. Another penetrating hit there from the Panther's high velocity gun. At the same time, in the centre, they got an assault going through here with a bit of smoke screens there. Grenadiers close being wiped out here. Quick pop a grenade there. Almost got them, but they do escape. Nope. Get wiped there. M10 pulling back. Panther pulling back here towards safer lines. And pulls back from the centre. No additional smoke screens or grenades up north here to the 2 standing about. And we got another M10 here for Shahin. Just more and more M10s. Mortar halfway to its 93. Still no upgrades for the assault engineers, and he's got plenty of munitions. We could easily afford, you know, one BAR on each or maybe more. Possibly a bunch of bazookas. Soldier versus the Pioneers. We got the M10s rolling in again. Again, Shahin's approach here, not too imaginative. In this case, there's also Pancheriks. He's going to try and crush them, I guess, though of course it's going to be a bit risky here. And of course, there's still the Panther, still the Pack 40. I mean, again, he's just pretty much going to keep it all there because he knows he's just going to attack this. So that also means, you know, the M10s will meet a lot more resistance, a lot faster. And there you go. He's going to lose at least one M10 there, cooked up. Panther there, Veteran 2-1, Veteran 3, M10 and easily escape here. And he does successfully avoid, you know, annihilation with that one. But again, he needs to change up his attack there. He needs to change up the approach. Victory point is secured by some Panzerjägers.
Capture point is being overrun.
Fuel points being secured left and right. He's just got so much fuel, but in this case he's got an actual excuse. He can't really use it, though, of course. Actually can soon. If it's obviously fuel loss, though, in this case he's going for Grenadiers, but as I'd say, you know, go for another Panther. Sturmpanzer. I mean, that way he could build up a more serious armoured advantage. In fact, 2 Panthers would, I think, also lock down Shahin's M10 spam pretty seriously. So, I mean, I think that would be a really good extent. But instead, he's going for more infantry now, which probably isn't quite working out as well. Assault engineers pushing forward here. Double flamethrowers now. Straight to abandoned grenade. One squad almost wiped there. He's going to probably be able to finish them off there. M10 operating nearby with his finish card. There we go. Gets a good hit, but the assault engineers were wiped here. Definitely not a good assault here. It feels like Shahin's perhaps getting a bit more desperate. Panzer going to see a wipe almost. Panzerjäger left behind. Could actually pick up the one here. Panzerjäger with the spare squad, if you wills. But he's trying to pick it up with the one that's already heavily equipped when he should be picking up with the one that isn't equipped at all. And then he just moves on. I think he's first realising now that one can't pick up any more weapons. Of course, they're fully equipped with BARs. Two being fixed up. He's actually been able to keep that one surprisingly alive for a long time. Then 14 kills, eventually free. M10 number 1 here is just hanging about there. Still Veteran 23. Rather than taking in the Panzer Grenadiers. Pushed away. Oh, he's actually lost a sniper though. I didn't actually notice that. On overall, so that had a huge effect than just the casualties Shahin suffered. Rifle is attacking against the Panther. A lot of bazooka rockets. Then he's got a damage engine off on it. A soldier's right pushing in. Just a huge assault here. Could have been a bit more spread out there. Panther with a fire there. Panther down to half health. M10's not doing anything at all there to support. Ravner getting almost wiped here with the Panther, but they do manage to pull off. Smoke going down there from the mortars. A nice idea. Just too late. Just too late. M10's finally getting a move on here again. There's a nice idea on there, it's just the execution is a bit off there. Otherwise, I think we'd had a much bigger shock effect there against Isuck. We've just been able to pull it off all at once. You know, smoke screen, rifle attacking, M10 to tank from one side. There you go, can actually go after the Panther here, bypassing the Pack 40.
We just lost a unit.
Going for the Panther there. 8 threat rounds, 2-2 down. Could even get the... Oh, he got stunned there. Target weak point. Got the Panther though. M10 almost down. Needs to get moving. Needs to get moving. Got the Panther F as well. We got tactical movement. Got one of the M10s there. Good use of tactical movement. We got backed up pathing on the ice. Bad news there for Shahin. Bad news. Tactical movement is worn off. But looks like the M10 escapes here. Bulldozer Sherman out to just bulldoze through. Isuck slanted. There we go. We got a Tiger out here. Panzer comes back and 6 arriving there, knocking out the 2-2 wreck. Bulldozer Sherman needs to get away there. He needs to get any anti-tank he's got on that bloody Tiger now. He needs to get the M10 down there, but probably still needs repairs. He's got bazookas, Panzerjäger, just all back here though. All can't save. The Bulldozer Sherman being knocked out with the Tiger and its 88mm gun. Almost got the Bulldozer Sherman there. One more hit, one more hit. And the Sherman is cooked up like a Christmas
Just lost
goose.
a medium tank.
Going here for the fuel cache pack, grabbing the pack 40. Target being hunted down by vicious anti-tank gun crews with bazookas and Panzerschrecks, which actually means he secured himself 2 Panzerschrecks from Isuck. From the front there as well, pack 45 anti-tank rifle grenade here could damage the engine now. There we go. He could actually end up losing the Tiger here. It's 45 versus 149 though. Down to roughly half health here, looking pretty bad for the Tiger. No infantry support, leaves in a very bad spot. More hits there, almost got the Tiger, almost got the Tiger. Goes down.
AT gun has been destroyed.
Rockets bouncing off the Tiger's armor, failing to penetrate bazooka and Panzerschreck alike. And there we go, though, in the end, the Tiger goes down the southeast hit point's being grabbed. Full retreat here from the centre, though, as we got a full German wave there from Isuck and the 9th Panzer Division. And soon he can call in another Tiger. He could just go for Sturmpanzer now. He could go for Ostwinds, Panzer IV. I mean, he's still got Tier 3 and could use that to just more quickly rush back the field against Shahin, though, he's got another M10 there. And, of course, he could just end up waiting a bit and going for another Tiger, I suppose. He's down to 124 versus 45. Here, going to be close,
Vehicle ready. We're losing a capture point.
Rather than getting blasted by G-43s and Panzerjäger, Panzer Grenadiers. 10 moves in here. Panzerschrecks flying at it. Going in there for the kill against the Panzer Grenadiers. Going in for the kill. Mortar fire there from Shahin. And there you go. Another Tiger for Isuck. Troops getting ready there. Tiger's heading 4th. Smokescreen on the centre victory point. Imagine he'd done that more soon, and supporting of attacks elsewhere. Again, imagine the intense act being supported by a smokescreen. That could have been slightly more, functional. Oh, he's rushing there for at the same time, and then we got the Germans heading for the western victory point there. Eastern victory point secure there. And Tiger being toward to centre, supported by Grenadiers and the MG42 and Pioneers here. Rotating position there, pretty weak. He needs to get every M10 he can there to post in. Assault engineers annihilated there. Try the sheer firepower wielded here by the 9th Panzer Division. Grenade off, and the MG42 failed to do much there. Rough grenade off as vehicle crews there getting pummeled. He's about to lose that vehicle crew, and almost got it.
Lock her down. A capture point is under attack. German infantry, cut him down.
M10 moving up. There's a Tiger taking hits there from bits and pieces. Grenadiers close being crushed. Need to be careful there. Pack 48 to support. There you go. Gets another M10. So many M10s have been knocked out in this battle. He's about to lose another one. I'd probably say half the tank destroyer company has been destroyed in this battle. And there we go. Good night. And for that, I think Shahin, there you go. GG, game over, surrenders, a loss here for America and freedom. A victory for Germany as the 9th Panzer Division inches ever closer to the Meuse. So there you go. Shahin there, I think, had something interesting going with the Lieutenant. Problem is, he probably should have gone for an M20 first to deal with the sniper. Had he been able to deal with the sniper faster, he'd been able to, overall lessen a lot of the bleeding that Isuck did on him. Then just relying on M10 spam, though, I think was sort of another issue, particularly the way he handled them. At least, been a bit more imaginative in his attacks. He might be able to pull it off. But the problem was, without a lot of support there, other stuff there, he overall lacked a lot of punch down the road, whereas Isuck sort of relying well on teching, of course, also a bit on Tiger tanks, was also to slowly weigh him down. Though I do think Isuck could be more aggressive at times, push a bit further down and maybe lay down some mines here and there. But in the end, I think Isuck's play was overall the more stable and overall more consistent. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. This is Imperial Dane signing off, and hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Cheers.